I hope you all are doing well today. So, in continuation to yesterday's lecture, we'll again be discussing about the pros and cons of uh, cloud computing. We have already discussed about the various advantages of cloud computing. So, we had also discussed about few of the disadvantages as well, and in continuation, so I think we were left with two disadvantages that we haven't discussed in yesterday's meeting, so we'll be discussing them first. So let's start with the session. So the disadvantage of using cloud computing is its stored data might not be secure. With cloud computing, all your data is stored on cloud. So that's all well and good, but how secure is the data is over cloud? So can other unauthorized users gain access to your credential or data and have access to that? So is it so? So we have to think for that also. So these are the important questions and well worth like we have to analyze for that also. So to not going into much of the details, because we are having a full-fledged module for this, so we'll be going into more deeper discussion for that in our upcoming sessions. So I'm just wanting here to highlight the fact that security is also a very big issue while we are working with clouds. So we have to check for that whether our data and our resources are secure over there or not. So moving on to next, uh, it is also a big disadvantage if um, the cloud loses your data. So you will surely be screwed up, because it might be so important and you may not have the backup copies for that. So data stored in the cloud is unusually safe and replicated across multiple machines. But on the off chances that your data goes on missing, so you have no physical or local backup. So unless you methodologically download all your cloud documents to your desktop, so it will be really a major concern, and so totally relying over cloud put you at a high risk that the cloud lets you down. So we have to check for that as well. So this is all about the advantages and disadvantages of cloud computing. So over this, we can make up our mind that whether we should go for cloud computing for our development or our access or not. So keeping the points, keeping the facts in the mind, so we can have our decision, so whether to go for cloud computing or to opt for some other computing technology. And moving on to next, let's see who gets benefit from cloud computing. So as we know, cloud computing isn't for everyone. So what types of users then are best suited for cloud computing, and which are? So let's have a discussion for this. So firstly, the collaborators, they are getting the benefits from cloud computing. If you often collaborate with others on group projects, you are an ideal candidate for cloud computing. The ability to share and edit documents in real time between, let's say, multiple users is on the primary basis of web based applications to make collaboration easy and even fun. So taking an example that you are in charge of an upcoming senior management of a company, so you need to work with head with various team members or various colleagues or your followers over there. So here what happens is you have to work maybe on distributed basis from various locations, or maybe the colleagues are located over various locations. So it's tough enough to schedule a group conference call, or how in the world can all of like get out together and work comprehensively. So the major solution that can be provided for this particular situation is that is use a web-based presentation program, such as which is provided by Google, that is the Google presentations. So you can and the department heads can access the main presentation document at any suitable time, and the changes one person make are reflected automatically in whole presentation to all the collaborators who are assessing that particular document or presentation. So, in fact, more than one of you can edit the document at the same time, with each of your changes happening in real time. Collaborating with web-based application is both more convenient and faster than trying to assemble everyone's piece into one single document managed by one member at a team. So this is how collaborators have a benefit of using cloud computing. So this type of collaboration isn't limited to corporate world only. I I like we can observe. Uh, we can have a community meetings or the family meetings programs over there. So we can also schedule it for let's say, as nowadays we are working digitally, so we can collaborate and interact on major grounds. So this is how we can plan and schedule our work over the web. So uh, on the whole, collaborators are getting benefit because cloud computing is helping us to collaborate and working well in over the cloud. So the next benefit of cloud computing is to road warriors. So how road warriors are getting benefit from cloud computing? Another prime candidate of cloud computing is the road warriors. When you work at one office today, at home the next day, or in another city to the next day, means those who are in, let's say, in marketing field, or in certain tourism field, they have to work uh, from various domains, from various locations, and have to move the locations on frequent basis. So it's tough to keep track of all your documents and applications in that scenario. So you can end up with one version of document on your work over PC, another on your laptop, and let's say third you have to work from home. So in that scenarios, it will be quite difficult for you to have the multiple or updated copies of your documents or applications. So what can be done here is you have uh, the copy of your document over the cloud or application over the cloud. Let's say the project is over the cloud, you have updated it, make changes from one location, and they will be keeping safe, and you can re-access from other location without uh, any hustle and puzzle. So it is far better, therefore, if you access a single version of your document from any location, when you are in office or log into your web based application and access your stored documents. So other time you can go home and use your web browsers to access the very same app or document via the internet. Then again next day travel to another city and same application and document are still available to you. So this is how you can work over cloud. So with cloud computing, you don't have to remember which document is where or to bring a copy of document with you. You don't even have to worry about whether a particular application is installed on your PC or not, because the apps and the documents you use are stored in the web and access wherever you have the internet connection. So the versioning, the updations and compatibility simply is not the issue over cloud. So it's the same application and the same document wherever you go. So the next benefit is attaining by the cost conscious users. So it is the another group of users who should gravitate to cloud computing, uh, who are more conscious about the cost thing. With cloud computing you can save money on both your hardware and software. Hardware wise, there's no need to invest in large hard disks or super fast CPUs, because everything is stored and run from web. So you can cut cost by buying a less fully featured system without sacrificing anything in the way of performance. So you can save just as much if not more. So when it comes to softwares, instead of laying out the heavy softwares, the latest versions of Microsoft Office or any other suitable platform you are required, you don't have to actually get it or pay for it. uh, uh, so over the cloud, like we can make use of Google documents, spreadsheets, presentations, so we don't have to buy Microsoft Office for that. So we are at zero expenditure at all. So that's right. These web based applications and many more from other companies are completely free to use. So when your budget is tight, free is lot better than hundreds of thousands of rupees you are paying for unnecessary softwares that you are maybe required for just one time. So that is why many companies and universities are abundant Microsoft Office nowadays, because they are using into more Google Suites. They are preferring to have Google Suites and uh, go for online applications. So money is always tight on. We talk about the small scale companies and colleges and campuses, and a few hundred rupees or thousands of rupees can be saved per student adds up quickly as long as web-based application does. So everything you need that a traditional software program. Why we need to pay for that we can have without any cost. So this is how we can get benefit from cloud computing. The next group who can take advantage or benefit from cloud computing is cost conscious IT departments. So I'm not talking about here the general community, but specifically the IT department who are more into the hardware and software things. So many corporate IT departments are also becoming very inclined toward cloud computing model, although they might appreciate the software saving we just discussed. Then for bigger saving resulting from having buying fewer central servers, so the companies don't need to have their own servers or central servers uh, on a corporate network. Much of the computing takes place on servers centrally located on the organization's network. So when the users need more computing power, more servers are not required to be purchased, so they can access from clouds. So this need for more computing power becomes less of an issue when the organization embraced with a cloud computing. So instead of purchasing a new server, that IT staff just redirected that computing required out of the cloud. So the servers that compromise the cloud have plenty of capacity to handle the organization's increased needs without the IT staff having to spend a single uh, uh, penny on the hardware thing. So this is how it is benefiting to the IT department specifically. So here moving on to next. So, who shouldn't be using cloud computing? So, we have checked with the benefits, who can get the benefits from cloud computing. Now, let's discuss who must not use cloud computing. So, let's see the other side of the coin. So, if cloud computing isn't for everyone, who isn't it for? So, uh, first thing first, as we know, cloud computing requires internet connection. So the one who are not having internet impaired, so those cannot take the advantage from cloud computing, because cloud computing is based on internet based cloud. So and depends on internet access. If you don't have internet access, you are out of luck. So without internet access, you cannot run web based applications or open documents stored on web. Users without readily available internet access simply shouldn't be considering this, and should use some other technology instead of cloud based computing until they get internet access. So the same goes if you have slow internet connections. Slow internet access is there, and like that you found with dial-up internet connections, a slow connection isn't much better than none of all. So you must be avoiding, and for cloud computing you must have high speed internet connection. So the next group who shouldn't use cloud computing is offline workers. Along the same line, anyone who consistently work offline in a non-internet enabled environment probably isn't the ideal candidate for cloud computing. That means anyone who works out of their vehicle, anyone who works in on office without internet access, anyone who works at home without internet access, or who travels a lot while working. They have to travel from one office to another without guarantee of an internet access. So no internet, no cloud computing. It's that simple. So the office workers who cannot have the access or high speed access to internet services must not go for internet, for cloud computing. So the other group that can be benefit that cannot be benefiting from cloud computing is the one who are more conscious about security. So today we think that cloud computing is safe, but we cannot guarantee that. So it's certainly possible that cloud system can be hacked and cloud-based documents accessed by unauthorized user. So it's also possible that your data could be snagged during transmissions between your computer and the cloud. It may be unlikely, but it can happen. Though we are having all the mechanism for encryptions and decryptions, still it can happen. So if your documents are confidential, you probably don't want to trust them and with cloud computing just yet. So just as you won't transmit confidential documents over a public Wi-Fi network, you shouldn't upload or store your documents on a cloud uh, um, with if you are having a question to security, because one may not be wanting to compromise with security, so they must go not go for cloud computing here. Then moving on to next, uh, those who are associated with the existing applications, they must not go for cloud computing. Today here's possibilities that like probably the most important reason not to sign up for a web based application is you use Microsoft Office. That's right. Many web based applications cannot completely capable of Microsoft Office file format. So this means it might be difficult to not impossible to open your Word or Excel or document with your web-based application, or vice versa. It can be done. So if you or your organization is died in the in thing of a Microsoft shop, or you are planning to switch to a web-based application, so it will be pretty tough for that organization to move for cloud computing. So make sure that your documents can convert, or that the web-based application can read and write in Microsoft's native formats or other formats. So if not, it might be more trouble to migrate into cloud computing. So there's a similar issue, of course, if you are sharing documents with others who use Microsoft Office. So if you use an online app, uh, can you save your document in a format that you Microsoft equipped for, that is not compatible in the other person's system or software? So it will be a real issue for them. So try before you switch. If your web-based documents aren't fully um, capable or compatible with Microsoft programs, it might be best to remain in Microsoft Office then. So here I request everyone to give me just 2 to 3 minutes so that I can take the attendance. So moving on to next. Uh, there are few barriers of using web-based applications. So, as discussed earlier in this session, there are some advantages to cloud computing, as we sorry, some disadvantages that we are moving to switch before we should consider that before switching to cloud computing. So these disadvantages also present a significant barrier to the widespread adoption of cloud computing. So here let's discuss few. So there are several general groups of barriers. First, we may face the technical issues. or we may have the business model issues. Maybe it is not suiting to cloud, or cloud is not suiting to our business model. So apart from this, we may have the internet issues, because cloud computing is viable only when users have constant access to high speed internet connections. And then we are also having the security issues. So some feel as if this is false issue or not, but I am not so sure, as we do have mechanism for encryption and decryptions over there, so we are ensuring the security over there. But still, if the things are confidential, we may have the problem, because since technology is evolving day by day, so same we are more into cybercrime things. So someone can find way for leaking the things out. So it is also a big issue in that scenario. Moreover, compatibility issues are there, as we have discussed earlier as well. So if everyone in the company is using the Microsoft Word, maybe the format is not acceptable on other system, or our file is not compatible with the over the cloud. So such issues we are facing over the cloud. And moreover, social issues are there. So it is also a big issue of whether the computing public is ready to put its trust in application and documents that they don't physically own. So there's a security blank effect to knowing that your apps and documents physically reside on your computer. So here that you can reach out and touch with it your hand. So there are social issues we are facing. So this is all for today's discussion, and we are done with the discussion of advantages and disadvantages of cloud computing. So considering the fact, we can make up our mind as per our requirement whether we should move for cloud computing or not. So this is all for today's discussion. And if anyone is having any kind of doubt, may ask the question. And here, this is all for today. If anyone is having doubt, you may put up your questions. And otherwise, you can leave for the meeting for today.